Hey everyone, welcome back again to my channel, and let's continue the discussion for the Ketu transits in the Magha Nakshatra. Okay, so as we know that Ketu is transiting over Magha Nakshatra, its own nakshatra, on 29th of March, and it will remain over there till 5th of December 2026. And in this video, we're going to talk about how it is going to impact the Scorpio Ascendant native or Scorpio Lagna people. Okay, so the very important thing we need to understand first before we go to the impacts, that what is Magha Nakshatra. So in every video I have given a brief idea about that. So Magha Nakshatra, it's all about the throne. It always symbolized by a throne, and a royal throne, let's say, and it also signify your pitru, means your ancestors, your ancestral lineage. Very important. And the most important thing is, whenever Magha is connected or wherever Magha is connected, you need the blessings of your Pitru, you need the blessings of your Purva Purush, your ancestors. It's very important. So here it is happening in your 10th house, and that means Ketu is going to transit over your 10th house in the Magha Nakshatra. And what is Ketu? We know it's all about detachment, separation. It's all about liberating yourself from something which really doesn't make sense to you. So that is why it's so important. Now, what is 10th house? 10th house, we know it's all about your career, your profession, your public image, your reputation, your, let's say, leadership and authority. Okay, your long-term professional direction. That is what 10th house is all about. Now, when a planet like Ketu, who represents separation, detachment, liberation, something, all of a sudden a cut, right? What it really signifies, and when it is transiting over its own nakshatra of Magha. So, first of all, don't take it in a negative way. But what I'm trying to tell here, you suddenly might lose interest of doing whatever you are doing. Okay. So if you are in a job, let's say you are in IT sector, you are a programmer, you're a fantastic programmer, you are a, let's say, fantastic AI engineer, or you are a fantastic kind of a person who are into a medical field. Okay, whatever it is, doesn't matter, whatever the 10th house is signifying in your life. So all of a sudden in next 6-7 months you will feel you are detached from that. Like, means you are not getting that interest of doing what you are supposed to do or what you are doing it in terms of your career and profession. Is it bad? Everybody will tell, yeah, it's bad because it is your bread and butter. Okay, your entire family might be depending on the work what you are doing. Okay, but Ketu is not about what other people is thinking. Ketu is all about what you think, what your soul is looking for. That is why it's so important planet. Whenever Ketu transits happen, people will not able to understand you. People will never understand you. Wherever Ketu is sitting in your natal chart or wherever it is transiting, people will not be able to understand what you are going through, what you are feeling, because that feedback, it's like, or whatever is coming and going, right, it's not between you and the external things, it is within you only. It's a kind of a inner clarity, internal purification, internal refinement is happening. You're fighting with yourself, not with others. You're not going to fight with your boss that, okay, I am feeling detached from the work what I'm doing. You will be fighting with yourself every day morning when waking up, and feeling not going to office, or feeling like not doing the same thing what you are doing for last so many months, so many years. Okay, so all of a sudden you'll get bored. Now, what is the positive side of it? The positive side of it is, because Ketu in the Magha, you'll start getting the blessings of your Pitru, your ancestors. You will start looking for something else, something you are passionate about. I'm talking about only Scorpio Ascendant. You might start a career which you wanted to start a long way back, but for whatever reason, either because of financial stress or family stress, due to some unforeseen situations, unavoidable situations, you are not able to initiate that, but this Ketu will force you to start that. Now, keeping it in mind, it doesn't mean that you will stop doing the job what you are doing right now. You might lose interest on it for some time. You might take a break out of it, but that doesn't mean you lose something. What I'm trying to tell here, that in this kind of situations where your mind is looking for something else, you might take a break and come up with a very brilliant idea, because Ketu in Magha, it always comes up with a brilliant idea which nobody is thinking about. Okay, so you might come up with a brilliant idea, a brilliant career path which you want to follow as your passion, and parallelly you might be working on the things what you are doing, for last so many years. You might be part of an IT organization, IT company, you will continue that. But now, because of that break, because of that lot of vibrations, lot of, let's say, emotional turmoils, okay, lot of things happened in your mind, and you come up with a fantastic idea what you want to pursue in life, okay, along with the job what you are doing. So what it does, how this transits impacting you, it is detaching you from the things what you are doing for so long time. It creates a break, it creates a kind of a breathing space, breathing window for you to think about something else which you are more passionate about it. And the moment you get that flavor in your life, you'll regain the interest what you are doing before, because now you have an alternate choice. You are not only dependent on what you were doing before, now you have an alternate choice. So that is the reason Ketu is coming in Magha in Leo. What is Leo? Leo is the new things, right? That is why it is the 5th house, natural 5th house, is the house of creativity. Simply doesn't mean Ketu will detach you, liberate you. No, it has to give you something else. See, detachment means what? Detachment means you are coming out of something and moving into something else. That journey is difficult because you are coming out of your comfort zone. The person who is doing the same job for last 10 years is very comfortable but get bored. So the moment he is thinking or she is thinking to come out of it, the journey is not going to be easy. And for that, you don't need to consult with an astrologer. It is a very simple, logical thing. So you need to understand here that the moment Ketu is transiting over your 10th house, change is inevitable. Change will be there. You cannot stop it. Whether you get bored or not doesn't matter, but you will talk about it. You will definitely get bored, but whether you'll talk about it with your supervisor or family members or not, that doesn't matter. Internally you are feeling bored. Internally you want to get rid of that situation, get rid of that job profile, look for something else. All of a sudden you will start having an urge of doing your own business. It might be a small scale, but you will still have the urge to do that. Just because Ketu is, having a taboo like it's a separation, detachment, spiritual planet. No, it is also capable of giving you the higher level of wisdom, higher level of business idea which nobody is thinking about, a materialistic growth, a hidden opportunity which nobody else is talking about or trying to look for. Try to understand why Ketu Magha is coming in the natural 5th house. 5th house is all about creativity, right? That means something new will come. It's not about only detachment. Once you are detached from something unnecessary, then only you will fall into a right place. Simple logic. It's not a big thing. It's not a kind of a very highly spiritual kind of a phenomena. No, it's a very simple logic. If you think logically, you will understand this type of transits very well. You don't need to go to go through the books and the scriptures and all things. All these things are happening around you for a lot of for a very long period of time. Every planets you can see in each and every individual surrounding you. So it is happening in your 10th house, so it's very important. You might feel detached, very important for you, but the good part is you will come up with something, a best idea, come up with some better certifications, better job profile. All of a sudden you will feel an urge, you'll start having an interest that no, I want to shift my career profile from this to that, and that will bring a big change for your professional goal or long-term professional growth. So that's very important. Now one more thing, you will be more looking towards meaningful work. Now here you have to understand one thing. Just because I have a Ketu in transiting in my 10th house in Magha, fantastic transit, doesn't mean I'll go and talk to my supervisor that no, give me something meaningful work. Don't do that. If you are doing it, check your Mercury position. If it is looks like it will be in affliction, okay, in your natal chart. Why? Just see, everything is meaningful. Maybe it's not meaningful for you, but for your supervisor it is meaningful. So when it is happening in your 10th house, make sure you are communicating things very politely, very logically rather than emotionally, and keep the data ready, like what you have achieved so far and what if you bring the new things in this particular project, or if you go to a new kind of work, what kind of meaningful results you can bring into the plate. So keep those data ready before talking with your supervisors or in whichever domain you are in. Okay, that's why it is very important, because I have seen people whenever Ketu transiting in the 10th house, they will all of a sudden become aggressive about their job, and they might think about, no, I'm done with it. I'm going to talk to my supervisor, I'm going to talk to my manager that okay, either you give me or I'm resigning. That doesn't work in the it may not work in your favor if you do like that. So keep calm. This is a very good transit. If you make use of it, in next 3-4 years you will be a completely different personality in terms of your career, in terms of your social image and reputation. Okay. Now, in terms of your leadership and authority, what I feel, yes, Ketu is going to, if you are having a bit of ego, very important here, 10th house, lot of people have ego based career, means I am the boss, I am the supervisor, everybody is listening to me, nothing is done without asking me, they need my approval, right, what kind of emotional kind of things you can feel inside. Once people started asking your approval, a kind of ahankar or proud feeling, ego things can turn on. So if you are feeling, or some people are already giving you advice that boss, you need to slow down, you need to calm down, you need to stop behaving rudely towards your towards your co-workers or towards your junior members. Just because you have the authority or the power doesn't mean that you gonna misuse it. Now remember one thing, here Ketu in the 10th house for Scorpio, if the people or natives are having that kind of superiority complex, they're gonna face a little bit of trouble, because Ketu doesn't like ego. Wherever Ketu sits, you have to do the tyag of ego. Okay, tyag means you have to sacrifice the things, or sacrifice the ego related to that particular house. You have to sacrifice. If you have that, if you keep that ego with yourself, whenever Ketu is transiting over that house, Ketu is going to eliminate that part. Remember, that is a very simple formula in astrology. Okay, you don't need to wear any cat's eye or anything in life to get the best results of Ketu. The best results of Ketu you can get only when you stop showing ego, stop showing false pride wherever Ketu sits and the significations of that house. So always remember, grounded leadership style is now needed. Grounded leadership style is now needed if you are already into a kind of a position of authority for the Scorpio people. If you don't follow that grounded leadership style, you're gonna get a very big message from your superiors, from your bosses. So that's how Ketu works. Okay, so make sure you follow that path. That's the path of dharma. Okay, so don't try to escape that particular things. Now, in terms of your public image and recognition, yes, definitely lot of inner satisfaction will happen, because this is a time when you'll understand the true purpose of your karma, means karma, whatever you are doing, okay, where it is making sense, okay, whether you are the things whatever you are doing, whether you have a clarity that it is really makes sense or not, okay, so that kind of satisfaction you will get, or you will connect it with some work which will give you a lot of satisfactions. It could be journaling, it could be writing, blogging, social media appearance, YouTube videos, content creation. It could be something like all of a sudden you might start doing a consultation. Not necessary it has to be an astrological consultation. Maybe you will start giving a financial consultation. You are a very good trader, you are a very good person who understand the finance, who understand the share market, stock markets, okay, but you never think of doing it in a professional way. But this Ketu transit will activate that side of yours. So what it will do in the 10th house, it will start giving you the hint that boss, you are already aware of all these things, you are already having a skills, why you are not utilizing it to earn a better money? Now you can correlate, yes, Ketu is also capable of giving money. Okay, a lot of people they say it's all about only spiritual things. No, if it is only about spiritual things, then all the spiritual places, religious places were not having good amount of fund, good amount of wealth. It is capable of earning money. We are giving it, we are donating it with our belief, with our devotion, but ultimately it is the place of Ketu which is accumulating wealth. Simple logic. Ketu is not only the spiritual partner of the astrological family, it is also a capable planet to give enormous wealth. You just cannot imagine what kind of wealth it can give you. When I say wealth, I'm talking about cash, jewelry, gold, silver, whatever, property, whatever. You cannot uproot it. Whatever Ketu gives you, it is permanent. Always remember. If you stop chasing it, if you stop showing ego towards that, whatever Ketu will give you, it is permanent. Always remember. That's why whatever donations, whatever offerings we provide to the charitable organizations or the temple or any religious places, it remains with them, right? It remains with them. That's a simple understanding of astrology, okay? So don't think like Ketu is only a sannyasi planet, it's a monk. No. You can earn Rahu is not so capable of giving that kind of wealth what Ketu can give you. Just remember my word. Now, coming to the another things of and whatever I told, this consultation, temple and all those things, it is applicable for Scorpio Ascendant. All of a sudden they can come up with a plan that why not, because I have seen Scorpio people, they at least in Hindu religion, okay, in the Vedic culture, they are prone to do puja and all. They wanna do they can do arati and all, very they're very devoted, okay, very good. They show utmost devotion. So they can also start a business where people can find all the items which are needed for spiritual activities or temple puja activities, worship activities. Like it could be sandalwood, it could be a kind of the materials whichever is needed for any kind of worshipping, or any kind of clothes, okay, which is needed for worshipping the god or goddess. So all these items, all of a sudden they can come up with that very brilliant plan that along with my regular income things or the job, I want to do a side business in a parallel way where I can sell the products which are connected with the religious activities or spiritual activities. Someone is selling, right? I'm wearing a Rudraksh. It's not free. Nothing is free in this world. Someone is selling it. Someone is selling at $1 or 1 rupee. Someone is selling at 100 rupees or $100. Doesn't matter. But someone is selling. You are buying it. So the Scorpio Ascendant people can become the person or can become a kind of achieve this type of business in their life where they're going to sell the spiritual items, the religious products, whichever is needed for any kind of worshipping things or any kind of spiritual activity. So they can come up with that because Ketu is also connected to the spirituality, right? So it will give you that kind of business idea to you. Now, before we end up this particular session for Scorpio, always remember that I always write a line, okay? I'm trying to write a line nowadays before ending up the video. So what I have written for you is like, your true success is not defined by status, okay? But by alignment with your purpose. So that's what I feel for the Scorpio Ascendant. Whenever Ketu is transiting in your 10th house, you must not, define your success by your status, but it should be defined by your your true purpose, what you really want to do, what the work which is going to feed your soul, the positivity, the prosperity, that makes sense, okay? That will give you a better opportunity, better clarity in your life, okay? So thanks everyone, thanks for staying with me, and if you are Scorpio Ascendant native, please let me know how you feel about this transit going forward. Thank you.